MRecktv.
Peace, worlds. M.Reck for MRecktv. I got a special guest in the building with me.
Yes, sir.
And he was speaking on a very serious situation that was going on in Harlem with the whole Rich Porter, Azie, Alpo situation. Without further ado, introduce yourself, big brother.
It's Big Ross, man. Harlem up, man. You know, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm back here with Reck. Just wanted to clear the air about a few things, let people know, the reason why I did what I did, and that was because I saw what I saw, and it came without warning. So when I saw it, it frustrated me, it hurted me. I know what I went through. I know how my life shifted after that and all that. Let's get one thing clear, man. I'm from 146th Street in Amsterdam, born and raised. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I met Rich when I was 11 years old. Him and Pat and Miss Thelma from 146th and Convent. One block down. You understand what I mean? I met him, and when I met him, I was a kid going to the store, and he was a brother that was on the corner with a bunch of grown men, him and about two other dudes, but I knew them because they was only a couple of grades ahead of me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So, I'm seeing these young kids that's just slightly older than me on the corner with these grown men on the corner of my block, and I see they got nice clothes, they doing nice things and everything like that, but I'm just going to the store. I'm a kid, I'm 11 years old or whatever. One day, I'm going to the store, give me $1 Hero. You know how that go back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
$1 Hero back in the days. You know what I mean? I'm going up there to get $1 Hero. This is 79, 80 maybe. You understand? And I see one of the young dudes out the few young dudes that was on the corner.
Got you.
Sitting on a foreign car. Now.
What kind of foreign?
A BMW at the time.
German.
Now, yeah, German for sure. Now, let me give people some insight or whatever the case may be. For people that don't understand this time frame, minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, the kid that I'm talking about is sitting on a foreign car, and he ain't no more than about 3 years older than me, max. And I'm 11 going on 12 at the most. And when I see it, back in the days in Harlem, you couldn't be sitting on nobody's foreign car and be a kid. They'll whip your ass. Parents whipped other for other parents. It's just how it was back then. Each one teach one. It take a village to raise a child. So
facts.
When I seen him, I'm 11 years old. I said, "Ooh, you better get off that man car before he hurt you, man. You don't want to ass whoop." He said, "Shorty, what you talking about?" I said, "That's a BMW. You don't want to get caught, on nobody's car." He looked at me and laughed, and when I turned around, he was standing on it.
When you say standing on it, like on the hood?
He was literally standing on the hood of the car.
Wow.
Like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I said, "Oh, I'm 11 years old." I said, "Oh, that man gonna get you, man. I ain't messing with y'all." And I go in the store to get my little $1 Hero. I come out eating my Hero. I'm about to walk back down the block. I turn, and this man is in the car. This guy's in the car with the ignition turned on. Now I'm sitting there stuck. My mouth is wide open. I know he can't be no older than 14, 15 at the most. In a car that costs at least $30,000 back when minimum wage was $3.35. He said, "Can I drive the car now?" He said, "Can I be in the car now?" And I just started, I just was sitting there looking. Him and his man thought it was the most hilarious thing in the world. From then on, I needed to be on that corner. You understand? I kept trying. They wouldn't let me be on the corner.
Now, but before you go on, who was that?
That was Rich Porter. That was Richard Porter. You understand what I'm saying? It was him. And by the way, shout out to the first person that I know of that taught Rich how to hustle. His name is Ellison. Shout out to Ellison. I heard you just came home, my dude. Welcome home. I got to see you. I know you did a long time, 35 years, I think.
Wow.
I was with you in Auburn in 95, 96. Welcome home. Shout out to Glenn. Shout out to his brother Curtis. Kurt, I'm going to call you later. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, That's the person that taught Rich how to hustle. That's something that's not in the documentaries, by the way. So, you know, from that point on, I wanted to be around him, and they wouldn't let me around him. They knew me as Smitty's grandson. My grandfather was a short, stocky man that ran around the block with 2 German Shepherds.
Wow.
And I wasn't known because I was a kid, but my grandfather was known. He was respected. And every time he'd see me, he'd be like, Smitty grandson, off the corner. You understand what I'm saying? And I'd try to stay on the corner, wouldn't, and all that. And after a while, he took a liking to me because I was, you know, I was consistent. I was persistent. You understand what I'm saying? He still didn't let me rock. One day, he let me look out, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? That didn't last for long, but he let me look out. And he never forgot the fact of how persistent I was. Later on, as time went on, after when I was already grinding and I was messing with Ellison's brother, and we was getting money and all that, when that fell out, that's when I ran into Rich again. And that's when he put me back on again. It was only for like a year and a half, but I was back on again. You understand what I'm saying? So when I say that I was affected when that man died, I was affected when that man died because I didn't know, I didn't have no big brother type guidance. I didn't have nobody to tell me, yo, don't move like that, move like this. And I started doing silly things. That's how I caught them cases. I missed the whole 90s. You understand? Up until 97. That's damn near the whole 90s. You understand what I'm saying? When I came home, I didn't really want no drama. I was trying to stay away from everything, so I stayed up on the hill. By the way, for people that don't know, Harlem ain't just split up in the East and West. Harlem split up East and West, but the West is split up from down the hill and up the hill. Gotcha. I'm from up the hill, 146 in Amsterdam, even though my family is from 129th and 8th, St. Nick Projects. Shout out to Monique Foster. Shout out to, rest in peace to little big head Scotty. Rest in peace to, shout out to Fat Todd. You understand what I'm saying? You know? But anyway, I say all that to say that my feelings was hurt when I saw that DVD before, and I knew how it was gonna affect Platinum, and you know.
You talking about the Game Over joint?
When I saw the one that the thing that Poe did.
Oh, okay.
You know, showing where he did what he did at and all that. I knew how it was gonna affect Pat. I knew how it was gonna affect her daughter. I knew how it was gonna affect his his daughters and all that, and you know, whatever the case may be. You know, I knew everybody know that. Everybody know that how that's affecting them. You know what I'm saying? By the way, man, shout out to my nigga Gangsta Lou, man. When you get a chance, man, holla at me, Bo. You understand me? Holla at me. Dad, what's good? Holla at me.
Salute to
them. Yes, sir. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, you know, another shout out too. Shout out to Azie, man. Hey, what's good, man? You know, shout out to Robin. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pa. Hey, baby girl, what's good? Rest in peace to Wayne. Rest in peace to Ingrid. That was my baby. I loved her, man. I miss her so much, man.
So
anyway,
let me ask you this though before you go on.
Yeah.
During this time, what is your relationship with Azie, or do you have a? Well, you just shouted him out, so obviously you got a relationship with him.
I know A. A is from 146 in St. Nicholas. I'm from 146 in Amsterdam. I didn't have a business type relationship with A or nothing like that. I never did. I was just, you know, it was just like, yo, what's up or what's up? You understand what I'm saying? We Harlem, we from the hill, and it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
AZ didn't come up on Amsterdam back in the days. He wasn't up there. He was more on St. Nicholas. You understand? It's
Hill.
Right. It's Broadway, Amsterdam, Convent, St. Nicholas. A was on St. Nicholas. Rich and Pat lived on Convent, which is in the middle of where I live at. A stayed down that way. You know, they used to play a lot of football and stuff like that, or whatever. But he never came up on. I never seen A up on the hill, even back then. Even when they wouldn't really let me hang up there until later on, he wasn't up there. Once I seen him getting that BMW, I tried to come up there every day, even though they would kick me off the corner. Smitty grandson, get out of here, man. You don't belong up here, you know.
Now, I gotta ask you this. I want you to continue, but how much of the movie was reality opposed to fiction. You know what I'm saying?
Opposed to stuff implemented.
Yeah,
for the viewers and
exaggeration
or whatever,
Yeah.
just for entertainment
Yeah.
purposes.
Mhm.
If you want my opinion,
Yeah, definitely.
about 60% might have been real, and the other 40 was fabricated for whatever reasons or whatever. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Everybody got an opinion, but that's mine's right there. You know.
Yeah, you know, I mean, once they go to Hollywood, they got to dress it up a certain way. You
Exactly. It makes sense.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? At first,
definitely.
I didn't get that, and I was real frustrated. Like, that didn't happen.
know?
Neither did that. Where are they doing that at? That didn't happen there.
All right,
You know what I'm saying?
you know what? I got to stop you there.
Go ahead.
Reason being,
Go ahead.
because you really was a part of that.
Yeah.
When you saw the movie, how did it affect you? Like, I need your true feelings. I mean,
I'm going to let you know how it affected me.
please,
okay?
let me know and let the people know.
I
Look
was-
right in that lens.
I was very, 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 you know, at first, when I first heard the movies being done, I was excited because that was one up for Harlem. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
most definitely.
You know, I was proud of A because I know he had everything to do with it. You know what I'm trying to say? The thing that bothered me about the movie is that they didn't do their time frames well. They didn't show how young they were. Most people that saw the movie thought that they was, by the time it was
their
all over
30s.
for them, they was in their early 30s
Yeah.
or late 20s. That could be so far from the truth, it's not even funny. Everything that was going on with them, and when they was at their peak, nobody could vote yet, or barely vote. They could.
So
They
what
definitely
age- what
could go
age
into
we
a.
talking about?
We talking about 19, 20.
Damn.
A might have been 21.
Babies.
You know, Rich might have been 20, and
Wow.
and Poe might have been 19, 20, or whatever the case may be. At that time, I'm 17, going on 18, or whatever. You understand?
Gotcha.
So that was the thing that bothered me the most about the movie was they didn't do the time frames too right. They should have put certain things at the bottom to let you know what year, or you know, something to that effect to give you more of a better time frame. That's about it. And other fabrications I found out it was done for Hollywood, you know, whatever, for Miramax, whatever the case may be. But
how did the movie affect you? Because, you know, everything played out what happened in real life, and Rich being your man, like, just tell me, as well as the viewers, how did it affect you? Because this is real life. Imagine.
Yeah.
It's almost like seeing it all over again.
Well, you exactly. Well,
Yeah.
you know what, Reck? I'm gonna tell you something, man. The movie didn't come out until maybe 12, 13 years, maybe close to 14 years after everything happened. So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, a lot of things, nobody was over everything, but
Of
it was
course
like
not.
things had time to simmer
Settle
down, and
down,
calm
yeah.
down, and settle down, and people had went on with their lives and everything. But, you know, for the most part, I was happy, but it saddened me, though. It saddened me because, you know, that was a good dude, man. Rich was a good dude. I don't care what nobody say. That was a good dude, man. You understand me? And, you know.
Reason why I'm saying, asking you this question, because it's people who maybe 25 years old or younger that said when they watch the movie and when they see Rich Porter, Mitch in the movie die, they cry.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I got matter of fact, the homie Ammo, one of the artists that I had up here, he said that. Right in the same seat.
Well, to be honest with you, you know, now that you put it that way, man, I cried too.
Wow.
But I cried because for one, I cried because I know how that man was feeling when that was going on. I know how tense he was. I know how agitated he was and all that. And I know the outcome. You know, Donnell was a good kid. He wasn't involved with none of that stuff, man. You know what I mean? He never deserved none of that. To me, Rich ain't even deserved that. It could have been, they could have talked and worked something out, man. There was too much money being made, you know, by them dudes. But, you know, shout out to Mekhi Phifer, man, because he did a hell of a role, man. He really got close to Rich emotions. I felt it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did. He did. All of them did a good job. Wood Harris and Cam, they did a good job. It wasn't that they had to work with the script they was given, but you know, you can't be mad at them if they was just doing what, you know, the parts that wasn't true. They was just doing what was in the script. They all did a great job, man. You know.
What about the dude that played his uncle allegedly?
Well, to be honest with you, you know, he did a good job too. He did a pretty good job too. You know, like I said, I can remember times where Apple was telling me, yo, you know, my nephew said, give me this. My nephew said, give me that. I had to go to the phone and call Rich. Man, back then it was only 4 people I knew with a cell phone, and Rich was one of them. You understand what I'm saying? I had a beeper. Everybody getting a little bit of money had a beeper or 2. You know what I'm saying? So I call Rich, and he'd be like, don't get that nigga nothing. I didn't know what was that all about. I just minded my business and told him. He said, nah. He'd be mad as hell with me.
So that part of the movie was right.
That part of the movie was
because Mitch was in the movie like, you can't touch my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember at one point when he was real, man, I remember he specifically told me, I don't know about the other dude on another shit, but he specifically told me, yo, my uncle come through here, don't get that nigga nothing. It was something he must have been feeling or whatever the case may be, and I felt that, I got that vibe from him, so it was what it was.
Got you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Got you. Right now, you clarifying a lot of stuff in the movie, so this is why I'm asking you certain questions.
I got you.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, you said the cat that played Apple, Rich Uncle, he got it down packed, like
he
pretty
did
much.
a good job. He did a pretty much good job for what I knew. You understand what I'm saying? What I knew. I mean, you know, I never seen him do what he do. You know what I'm saying? But you could see, you know, if you from Harlem and you a dude about your money and all that, you be able to spot when a nigga moving like a fiend. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I mean,
so his uncle was moving like a fiend. Like,
of course he was. He was moving like he had movements like a fiend, like a cussy. But here's the thing.
Gotcha.
I seen some dangerous custies.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Remember a quote from G-Rap when he said, "You don't want no static because they got crack addicts with automatics."
That's a fact.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Now, let's get to one of the main characters in the movie.
Okay.
One of the most infamous, of course, Cameron.
Right.
Playing Rico, aka Alpo. Now, do you think Cameron did a good job? I know Rich was your man. Like outside of the emotions and all that.
Outside of that, I get it. You know, and I looked up to Rich more than anything. I'd never say at that point I was his equal or nothing like that. The man looked out for me, you know what I'm saying? Because he remembered me from the block and all that, and he gave me a job and let me work. I just happened to be around when everything started going crazy. I'm the one. You know, I'm the one moving shit, and one of the spots out of a shift of 3 shifts. Rich had 5 or 6 spots at the time, but as far as Cam go, Cam did a real good job, man. He did a good job, man. He did a good job. You know, to be honest with you, I think he did kind of too much of a good job. To be honest with you,
why you say that?
I'm just speculating. I mean, about 2 years later, didn't them DC niggas pop Cam like on some? You know, from what I'm being told,
he did get touched in that Lambo.
From my man in from Maryland said, "Yo, man,
that's when Cam was saying he got hit. I don't know how many times he got hit, but he said dudes threw up the rock sign.
Right.
It was in D.C.
It was in D.C. or whatever. Yeah, and he wound up getting hit, and the movie was only out for like a year, maybe 2 years when that happened. So I'm assuming that them dudes was like, yo, we can't get to this nigga Poe, but he the next best thing.
Closest thing to it.
Yeah. I'm assuming that's how it went down.
So Cam hold something.
Yeah,
Got
basically. You
Got
know?
you. Shouts to Cameron. I rock with Cameron.
Yeah,
too.
Shout out to Cam, man. Harlem, man.
He did his thing. You know what I mean?
Without a shadow
Salute
of a doubt.
to Cam. You know me.
Yes, sir.
So let's go into the story that people don't know about Rich.
Okay. Like I said, man, basically, I remember give y'all a quick story. I remember coming up the block, like I told you, after I seen him with the 328i, and I'm 12, 13 years old. He ain't no more than 15. You know, I started, even though they wouldn't let me stay up the block. You know, like I said, they like, yo, Smitty grandson, get out of here, man. We don't want to hear your grandfather mouth, whatever. I'm still on the sidelines trying to see what I could see. That's my block. I was born and raised on 146th Street and Amsterdam Broadway, man. Broadway International on the far corner. Anybody that go back, that was the biggest nightclub in Harlem in the 80s on the corner of my block. So I got one corner with Broadway International. I'm seeing all the known singers and rappers and all that. And on the other corner, I didn't even know how famous this dude was going to wind up being later, but I was more intrigued by that, you know, even though I was intrigued by...
And who was that you talking about?
I'm talking about Rich, but I didn't know who at the time. I never thought. I was just intrigued that he was such a young dude. And, you know, I remember one time I was going in the store, and I stayed with my Dollar Heroes when I was, you know, I'm still young. I ain't no more than maybe 14 at the time. And one of the kids that was down with Rich had dropped something. I ain't see what it was, you know, right away. But I tried to call him, but he was too busy on the go. I picked it up and put it in my pocket. I got home. It was aluminum foil, but when I opened it up, it looked like some brown, blocked off type of thing. Like, I didn't know what it was, you know what I'm saying? And I called my man downstairs, and I said, yo, what's this? He said, yo, that looked like hash. I said, word? I said, okay, let's get some blunts and whatnot. Back then, we all smoking Reggie. We kids, you know what I'm saying? So I smoked we put the shit in there and smoked it. I don't know what kept me feeling like I kept thinking about breakfast. I don't know why. But we smoked the shit, and I said, I'm high, but not extra high. And I kept thinking about breakfast. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I go back up there, I do a little bit of my own little kid investigating, asking a couple of side dudes and all like, yo, well, you know, I showed the rest of this. He said, man, throw that away, man. I said, why I throw it away? He said, that's sage and eggs and a couple of ingredients, man, you know, hardened up and all that.
Oh, wow.
I said, get the F out of here, man.
So dudes was out there finessing fiends?
Listen to me.
Wow.
Listen to me. I'm going to tell you something, man. They was coming back. The cars were doubling up on the end of my block, and they were coming back, Jersey plates, Connecticut plates, Delaware plates. And these niggas was selling them fake hash.
Damn.
And they was buying it. They was buying it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, by the way, man, let me go through the line, man.
Yeah,
shout out to everybody who used to be on Hump 46 in Amsterdam back then, man. Stuff that you ain't gonna hear no doc, man. Shout out to Bracy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dawn B, Stan B. Shout out, rest in peace to Elton. Shout out to his sister Renee. You understand what I'm saying? You know, yeah, man. Shout out to Hamp. My man Hamp a good guy, man. Hamp was a good guy. He always laid back in the cut, but he always even treated me fair, even when I was younger than him and all that. He's like, yo, shorty, you a good dude, man. Go down the block or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? And like that's my block. I was born and raised on that block. Literally born in an apartment down the block from there. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I'm hearing that Rich and Pat came to they was from down the hill first, but I guess timing aligned itself right, because around the time when I started walking up to the corner to get my little heroes and whatnot, I wasn't supposed to go to that corner, but around 11 or whatever the case may be, I guess they was 12, 13, and they was already coming from down the hill, and they moved to 146 in Convent. So you know, anyway, that's how that go, man. You know.
Well, let me cover this. Because the climax of the movie, of course, is when Rico, a.k.a. Alpo, you know, God bless the dead, Rich. Alpo killed Rich. And let me know how much of the movie was real on that aspect. You know, like, was it over bricks?
Well, I'd be lying if I told you that I knew for a fact why. You understand what I'm saying? Only thing I could remember on my end of it is remembering that Rich was agitated. He was agitated a lot, and he was kind of course, he was rushing a lot more for bread, and if the bread wasn't what he thought it was, he was agitated, man. Now now that I know everything, I realize what it was. You know what I'm saying? I knew he had an issue because he never used to talk like that, not to me anyway or whatever. But he was real agitated and trying to get this money. Now we know he was trying to get it for his brother, and he probably didn't make. In that type of situation, he probably didn't make the best judgments, but I still think that shit could have been worked out. He could have still been here, man. You understand what I'm saying? But, everything just happened to come at the same time, and,
Well, I got to ask you these questions, being that you was around during the time, again, God bless the dead, Darnell and Rich Porter. What was being said between Rich and Alpo? Like when Rich in his mind was trying to get this money so he can get Darnell back, what was being said between them two, if you can remember?
They wouldn't really talk around me because I was a worker. Even though Poe ain't have nothing to do with Darnell dying or getting kidnapped or none of that, I think he kind of accepted the fact that Darnell was gone long before Rich did, which is natural. You know what I'm saying? And
this is when they sent Rich the finger?
After they sent him the finger, yeah.
Now, I want to, before you go into all that, but I definitely need you to come back to what was said. Where did they retrieve the finger at? Because a lot of people don't know.
They went down to McDonald's on 125th and Broadway, if I'm not mistaken, and they went down there, and I remember them coming back. I didn't see now when this was going on. I wasn't nowhere near. They would always be on the sideline talking and whispering or whatever the case may be. From what I got, I know that they went somewhere and came back, and then they went back again. Got you. And the second time, it was just, yo, go home. I'll beep you later, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, all right, you understand what I'm saying? Later on, I figured it out that I guess they didn't find what they was looking for the first time, and they went back and got it, But 5, 6 days after that happened, 5, 6, 7, 8 days after that, like I said, I felt the end of it because even though it's just one spot, Rich had about 5 of them, he was anxious. You know what I'm saying? He wanted all the money, he wanted everything, and and I understood. I knew things was.
I mean, what was being said? Like, how do you know he wanted all the money?
I know because
No, I mean, you could tell me, but you gotta understand. And,
right,
and I'm gonna help you, brother, because
I got you.
You new to this. This is not what you do.
No, not at all. This ain't what I do.
Explain to the people what Rich was telling you and other people that was working for him, like, so you can express his anger and his.
I tell you one thing that might resonate with the movie a little bit, and just by coincidence. Okay. It's a part in there. I think I only watched that joint like one time. I was so frustrated back then. I ain't watched that shit again. But now that I think back on it, I understood why a lot of it was. They had to do what they had to do for drama purposes. Yeah. But it was a part in there where the spot had got robbed. And Rich came and started flipping on some of the workers and all that. He had that type of temperament at that time. Like, yo, what the fuck is, 40-something hundred. Y'all niggas gonna be get the fuck out of here. Y'all niggas think y'all gonna be playing, fucking around. Y'all ain't on point. Y'all niggas around the corner, all kinds of shit like that. I'm not having that shit, man. Y'all just get the fuck out of here. I got some shit I gotta handle. You understand? Gotcha. So, and he, it was more intense, and I felt it. So, you know what I mean?
I'm glad you was able to express that.
Yes, sir.
Got you. Now let's get back to Alpo telling somebody else what he thought about the situation with Darnell and the finger and all that.
From what I heard, Poe basically wanted to kill him niggas. I mean, Rich did too, but Poe was more focused on
And when you say kill him, you talking about the people that kidnapped Darnell.
That kidnapped Darnell.
Okay.
Yeah, he was more like his whole thing was more like, yo, he was focused more on the murder game, like right now. But meanwhile, I as Rich should, he was worried about trying to get Darnell back. And we was all hoping for him to be all right, man. I know I was. He was a good kid.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? He was a good kid, man. And
what about the person that plays Sonny in the movie?
To be honest with you, he did a pretty good job.
Okay, got you. I forgot to ask you
I'm
that.
gonna be honest with you. Like, I see Darnell sometimes. When I would come over there and drop money off or whatever when I'm trying to find him and I can't find him or whatever the case may be. But, so I would see him at certain times or whatever the case may be. He was a good kid. He didn't have nothing. Like when Rich was 12, he was getting money. Not Darnell. Darnell was still playing football. He was still riding bikes. He was still doing all that stuff. You understand what I mean? So, like I said, I hope that everybody hoped that he was all right, man. But, I guess once that finger thing came back, it was only a matter of time. Ain't no doctors and all that around. And you don't get a little kid to the doctor. You know what it is.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 days after that, man. Most people gonna bleed out, man.
So Alpo basically was like, yo, let's lay this murder game down. We got the finger. What we waiting on?
I mean, like I said, from with the little shit I was hearing, it was more like he wanted to get busy. He wanted from that shit right there. But he wasn't. I didn't see him that much during that time. I guess he was back and forth with DC at that time, but I wasn't seeing him that much. Even when I came around to holler at Rich or to grab something from him or whatever the case may be, or when he met me to, to give me something for that shift or whatever, I didn't see him that much. But the times I did, his whole thing was more, let's just kill anybody involved, any and everybody involved. That's what he wanted to do.
Got you. I gotta ask you this. I know it's out there already. So who was responsible for kidnapping Darnell?
Well, I mean, that's public knowledge now.
Yeah,
but,
that's what I'm saying.
It was for what I know, it was set up. Come to find out by Apple, by Miss Delma's brother, and in connection with Preacher and them, with Cuff and all of them. You understand what I'm saying? So they the ones that's responsible for that, man. Taking that little boy like that, man.
Got you. So what was the relationship with Rich and Preacher?
As far as I know, it wasn't no motherfucking relationship. Preacher was a motherfucking predator. He was a predator, man. But shit. A couple of times they when I got the spot, they came up a couple of times. I seen the black Benz, the black jet black Benz with the name Preacher abbreviated on the back. They approached me before. You tell your boss, leave some money down, in the garbage can down the block and all that.
Like how much money did he give?
At that time, 10, 15 racks or something light, but it was, shit, that ain't light for the 80s, man.
Oh, not at all.
You know what I'm saying?
Still ain't light.
That probably was just the beginning or something, but whatever. I beat Rich and let him know. Mind you, I'm 18 years old. This is a 28, 29, 30-year-old man in a car with another dude. You know what I'm saying? It turned out he was a cop.
Damn.
John Cuff. Yeah, Cuff was a housing cop. But, he wasn't in uniform when I seen him. But, these niggas were some treacherous niggas. They looked treacherous back then. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out,
So, when you beat Rich and he responded back to you, and you told him the situation, what he said?
Shut it down.
Shut the whole spot down?
He said, shut it down for right now. I'll be back later on.
All right, so now, of course, that's back then. You know, your hands clean now, right?
Right.
So when you shutting down the spot, like, you got to play lieutenant.
This other dude named Sean.
So that's like lieutenant status in a sense.
That's like lieutenant manager status.
Okay.
Let's get one thing clear too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I did that, But also, if niggas ain't come or something happen or whatever, I get right in the trenches and pitch just like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
You know, like I said, man, because of the 146th Street thing in Amsterdam, you know, he remember how persistent I was, and that's what caused him to put on. I fuck with a lot of different niggas. I want that's what I want to get clear. I mess with a lot of dudes in the 80s. If they was from Harlem and they was getting money, and they had some type of integrity in my eyes, I fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mess with the dude Ellison. Is a dude that taught Rich how to hustle before L.A. You understand? L.A. was a good guy too. I didn't get to know L.A. that well because that was the earlier days. But L.A. was a good guy.
Got you.
For what I know.
You know what? Before we move on, who was? Well, I know he's passed on because me and you built on it.
Right.
But who was the guy that Rich was getting the bricks from?
Well,
because there's other people mentioning it.
Right.
Now.
At one.
You've
point,
been told me this, but
right. At one point they had certain kinds of different kinds of connects. Rich had a connect. I'm sure Poe had a lot of connects or whatever the case may be. But at one point I know for a fact it was Fritz. Rest in peace to Fritz, another good guy, man. Fritz the type of dude that, you see Fritz, man, Fritz will have holes in his jeans, man, and everything, man. Not dirty, but a little dingy and all that. He didn't give two shits. Got 1,000 bricks in his closet.
Damn.
Yeah, he was one of them type of dudes, man. Shout out to Kenny and Alan Wilson, by the way, too, man. Shout out to them, man.
So at this time, right, Rich and Azie and them, they pushing Beamers, all that fly foreign-ish. What you pushing?
I had a Volkswagen Jetta, my dude. A Volkswagen Jetta, a burgundy Volkswagen Jetta. I kitted it up, did everything to it, kept it shining and all that. Thought I was the shit. Until I would come around when I wasn't working and come where niggas was hanging out or hustling, which would either be the rooftop, or be Willie's where everybody hung out or whatever, and I get snapped on.
Damn.
I'll say it on camera.
Yeah, please do.
I'll say it on camera. Niggas be like, yo, I hit him too. I pull up on the other side of the street, I hit him. Yo, Rich, there go your little man in the Jetta. And they'll bust out laughing. Yo, get that matchbox shit out of here, shorty. I'm like this out the window. Fuck all y'all niggas, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just came to keep you. I gotta keep shit clicking. I ain't even over here with y'all like that. But yeah, man.
No doubt. You still shining. You still getting chicks.
I'm doing
chicks and all that, right?
Yeah, but I couldn't get no chicks around these niggas.
Oh, of course
I couldn't really get no chicks around these niggas, man.
Especially chicks that's into,
Yeah, man, listen, man. I watch Poe. I watch Poe, I assume he was upset because the girl ain't know who he was. I watch. I don't know what was said, but I'm looking from a distance. Meanwhile, I'm side betting on a game that got like 150,000, a dice game, and I'm side betting trying to get money. I watched Poe take money out his pocket. Must have been, now that I think about it, must have been 10, 15,000, and throw it in her face.
Like because she didn't want to, give
I
him no rhythm. Because she, allegedly, she wasn't giving him no rhythm.
Allegedly, I don't know why, but I know he didn't like her attitude. And he said, all I remember, because I'm doing something else, all I heard him say is, now you know who I am, bitch?
And just...
No, he had already did. When I looked, the shit, money was flying everywhere.
Damn.
Fiends picking up shit and all that.
So that's why in a movie, too, you always... They had like money floating in the air and coming down. Yeah, so that probably was. I
would guess so.
Wow.
Because A did that a lot too. A threw a bunch of money in the air, but he wasn't. When he did it, he didn't do it arrogant type. Like he did it more like the lookout. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Poe ain't do that too, but at the time I seen, he wanted. If you ain't know who he was, see if you know now. That was the type of thing,
got you. I get it now. Like certain elements of the movie, I'm like, damn, they kept showing money, floating and grabbing in the air.
I guess I assume that might have been where it came from too. They did that. Yeah. They did that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
They did that. A didn't do it so much as far as, like I said, when he did it to be kind. Like he'll go somewhere where there was a lot of kids at. You know, like I said, I don't know. Poe probably did it too. But I seen A do it where there's a lot of kids just let money go, let it fly in the air, and it be 10, 15 racks.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I got to ask this too. This is like a $10 million question.
Okay.
In your mind, or your past experiences, where did Rich and Alpo meet? Or how did they meet? Did they? Because in the movie, they scripted like they met in jail.
Well, I can't say for sure where they met. I kind of would assume it was from jail too. I remember Rich did like a bullet or something on the island. I wasn't down with him then, but I knew he was gone, you know, for a little minute. It wasn't a long period of time, but I think I was down with Ellison brother Glenn at the time, you know what I'm saying, back then. So if I'm not mistaken, he did a little bullet, and then after that, I guess I started seeing Poe. By the way, shout out to Clyde, man. Rest in peace, man, to my man Clyde and his sister Fina and little Clyde, man. I don't know how I could have forgot. Clyde was out there on her 46 in Amsterdam too, doing things with Rich. That was like Rich baby brother. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them.
Now, as I'm talking to you, it's just more things coming to me from the movie. How true is Azie and Rich Porter's sister relationship? Was that true?
What, Azie and Rich Porter's sister?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They got shout out to Laurel, by the way. Baby girl, I know you.
I know. I'm just doing it for the viewers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Baby girl, I know you forgot who I was because it's been a long time. But I spoke to you the other day, and you said you was gonna come back. But I know you was into a lot of things. And I get why you did it. I understand why you did it. But when you see this, just know that it's love with me all day. It's love with me. And Pat, if you listening, look at me. Remember who I am. I got nothing but love for you, and I got you. It's Monique Foster's nephew. Okay. Right.
Got you. So, Azie and Rich Porter's sister, aka Pat, they had a relationship, and they got a kid together.
Of course they did.
A daughter.
That's Laurel.
Got you.
That's Laurel. And
Okay.
I just seen Laurel other night.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying that
I'm glad you are.
The viewers and
That's right.
the whole movie
relation
and all that correlation.
They did. Oh, matter of fact, Pat was played by Regina Hall. She
Yeah.
did a good job too.
Okay, yeah, see?
You know what I'm saying?
Now we get back to the characters, see?
Yeah, now we get back to
everything
the
is,
characters.
connecting.
Everything is connected.
Yeah.
I saw Laurel the other day. Laurel has to be about what, maybe 31, 32. She's a nice person. She, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Let me say this before I forget. A lot of family, like probably Rich daughters, probably Laurel, Pat daughter, probably a lot of people related to A. You know what I'm saying? His sister Pi, Robin. You know what I'm saying? He lost his sister Ingrid. She was a sweetheart, man. Ingrid was my baby. She was a good person, man. And Wayne, man. Rest in peace to Wayne, man. Good God, nasty with the beats and all that. You know what I'm saying? All this shit happening and all this shit that happened, everybody learned to be low key, and everybody had to think twice about if you didn't exactly remember somebody, but you remember a face. Look at all the shit that happened.
Yeah.
Everybody got to be careful. Everybody got to be, you know what I'm saying? And I get that. I'm a Harlemite for real. My blood bleed Harlem. You understand what I'm saying? I totally get it. I totally understand. But for all this, all this happened because all the things that happen, people got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't let nobody get snatched up no more. No dumb shit happen to nobody no more. So that's people got to move a certain way, and that's the way it is now. So.
How true is the character Ace, which is Azie in the movie, compared to Azie in real life, in terms of Azie was like, I'm trying to show everybody love, put everybody on to getting money, you know what I'm saying? It's on to hustling, but also keep it low key. How true is that aspect?
That is very true. That's very true.
That's deep.
That's far as I know. Even I was never down with A. I was never down with A, but A whole thing. A floss and all that. 'Cause A was getting it too. It's
He
like
wasn't
that,
too
man.
flamboyant.
He wasn't
with
too,
it.
but he wasn't too flamboyant. But he'll bust out with the 7 Series BM, right? And it ain't even out yet.
Yeah.
He'll do that. I watched him do that.
I seen that recently in 2008, which years later, he was one of the first dudes that had that X6.
I give
Shouts to General. I met them on 146 in Convent. It was me, Doggy Diamonds, Jordan Tower.
Convent?
Yeah.
That's the building on the corner that Rich and Pat lived in.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. I met Azie years ago, and he was the first dude that had that BMW X6. It looked like a spaceship. So shouts to AZ, General, and we was doing a Forbes DVD interview and something. Doggy Diamonds, my partner, and Jordan Tower was shooting, and we was shooting something for something else too. They not getting no wave. It was Forbes DVD, but that other shit ain't getting no wave.
It ain't getting no wave.
You understand what I'm saying? But getting back to AZ, so you saying A used to come through and new V's that niggas never seen. I seen that myself in 2008.
Listen,
so now continue on.
I'm gonna elaborate on that, man. Not just that's why these dudes was who they was, man, because these dudes, man, if I'm not mistaken, man, they had to buy a parking garage, man. They had so many goddamn cars, it was ridiculous.
Damn.
And the ages they were was ridiculous. Nobody was even 24 yet when this was going on.
Damn.
Niggas was 18, 19, 21, 22 years old, owning 10, 15, 20 cars. And A did that shit on a regular. Bust out with shit that wasn't on a lot yet. I don't know how he was doing it. Poe did it. And Rich, all three of them niggas did that shit. It was ridiculous. They might have had 50 cars between them. They might have had 50 foreigns between the three of them all together. And everybody could barely vote. So
whipping them foreigns at a young age.
Like it was nothing. Yeah, like it was nothing.
Slow.
Yes,
I know about that too. I had a nice amount of foreigns myself, if I must say. But
I got you.
Continue
good
on,
brother. Yeah, so like this. I'll be honest with you. Listen. I never got a chance to get me no real for you consider Jetta foreign. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's foreign, but
you know, I mean, I never got a chance to
do
that.
You got the high end foreigns,
Right,
Yeah.
I got the high end foreigns and all that. I got you. So, I never got a chance to do that until like maybe 03, 04. You know what I'm saying? I caught a little wave, plus I was party promoting and all that then. So,
no doubt, salute.
No doubt. Matter of fact, shout out to Up Next Entertainment, man. We got some things going on, man. Up Next Entertainment.
Yes, sir.
Remember the name. Yeah, shout out to my son too. Everybody, check King Keyshawn Vivo out. He got a little movement going on. He doing his little touring thing, trying to get his money up. That's King Keyshawn. Check him out. And my other son, Black Child from Honor Roll. Check them out too.
Salute. Now, let me ask you a sidebar question. This ain't got nothing to do with the whole story. It do.
Okay. All right.
When this interview, the last interview came out on MRecktv, you just did about 6 days ago, whatever, maybe 5 days ago, whatever. Did I not tell you your phone was going to be ringing off the hook?
It's ridiculous. I'm getting phone calls
from
people I'm cool with, but they ain't called me in months, and they just now calling me, quote unquote, to check on me, see how I'm doing, and I'm like. That's the thing. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I want people to understand something, man. I'm doing this because Rich's name need to be kept out there in a good way. See,
I'm glad you said that.
He passed away early, and he didn't get a chance. Like Poe been doing interviews and documentaries while he was locked up. He kept his name going and all that. And A helped do that too. A helped keep Rich's name alive by doing the movie and things of that nature. Shout out to him, man. That's love, A. But I gotta let people know, man. How much of a good guy Rich was from the part that I know. And A was tight with Rich too, real tight with him. And I'm just talking about the part that I know. Me being from the block where he really, really started hustling at. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
So let me ask you this, because I didn't look at the comments. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure somebody in the comments or numerous people said, why you coming out now saying all this?
The reason I'm coming out now saying what I'm saying, it was triggered by this 5 minute clip or something that's died. Now we know. See, I didn't know then. That's why I asked the question why. But now we know that it's a full-blown documentary coming out. I don't know why that part had to be the featured part or whatever the case may be.
You talking about with Alpo going to the murder scene?
Yeah, going to the murder scene. And I feel like that was mad distasteful and all that.
Okay.
That
so
know,
there,
the
it
family
just,
and the loved ones, they suffered enough.
It didn't resonate well with you.
It didn't resonate well with me at all.
Got you.
It was done. To me, that was
bad
done in
taste.
poor taste and all that.
Got
you understand? And I'm the one still seeing them. I'm the one still looking, and I'm still feeling bad because, like I said, just him not being there to ask him a couple of questions, to ask him what he think I should do. It changed me. Like I miss most of the. So 90s.
He was like a big brother to you.
I felt like he was.
Gotcha.
And I miss most of the 90s. I was away. I missed my kids. I had 6 kids, man, that I had to take care of because I made moves that I thought that I feel like if he wouldn't have been dead, I wouldn't have made him, and I wouldn't have missed those 7 years. Those 7 years I can't get back. My kids was growing up at that time. You understand what I'm saying? By the time 92 came in, I had all 6 of my kids already. You understand what I mean? So, by 2 women. Matter of fact, one of my kids' mothers is from right across the street where Alpo was born and raised at.
Damn. Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to Wilson, man. Shout out to East River and Wilson, man. Rest in peace to Mingo, man. Shout out to Orlando, to Oli. Shout out to Luce. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dollar Bill, Julio. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the East Side too, man.
Got you. Now, I gotta ask you this question, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Please don't be offended by me.
I got you.
I got you. I got your best interest at all times.
I got you.
But we all talking about some real street shit.
Yes, sir.
Shit get real.
Yes, it does.
Shit is real.
Shit is real. All day, every day. Yes, it is.
Exactly. Now, just say, off the humble, you and Alpo run into each other. I'm not trying to go there with the beef per se, but I'm just trying to get a visual, like how would it play out?
I have no idea how it would play out, actually, to be honest with you. I don't really got nothing to say to homeboy. You know what I'm saying? My one question was, why do this now? Why open up old wounds now? Now I see, it's about a bag or whatever the case may be, and this doc is coming out. It makes sense. I don't really have nothing to say to that man or whatever the case may be.
What if he got something to say to you?
If he got something to say to me, he could say whatever he want to say to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. I speak my truth. I speak my mind. I
mean, like, let's do this, because I'm a logical brother, and when I build with you, I get that from you too.
Yeah.
What if he be like, yo, look, we can meet somewhere where, okay, your safety not in jeopardy, mine's is not in jeopardy. I just need to holler at you. Are you willing?
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that mess, man. We ain't got to do none of that. I'm in Harlem every day. I'm in Harlem every single day. I live smack in the middle of Harlem. I'm in Harlem every goddamn day.
No,
man.
I get it. No,
and
when
I'm going to, and I'm going to see him sooner or later. It is what it is. I mean,
what I'm saying is, are you open to a conversation? If he's like, yo, look, I ain't coming with, the drama. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be honest.
The rah-rah.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Would you be open to a conversation with Alpo?
Not past what I talked about. No, okay. I don't have too much. No, I don't. No.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? No. Anything pertaining to what I'm talking about now, or my thoughts, or my feelings on. Yeah, I felt like that shit affected me when I saw that. It affected me. Like I said, I missed the whole 90s and missed my kids because, in my mind, because that man left and I felt, it changed me a little bit. So I felt like I could speak on it. I said what I said, and that's that. Other than that, I don't got nothing to talk to that man about. Nothing. Let he live his life and do what he do, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the other side, man.
And I do remember you saying when you found out that Alpo killed Rich, it was 5 years later and you was in jail, right?
I was in Auburn Correctional Facility, me and Ellison, the man that taught Rich how to get money. I was in Auburn with him, 1995. You understand what I'm saying? 1994, 95, and 96. I was in Auburn. I wound up linking up with an older brother that had 30 years in. I'm gonna tell you who that man turned out to be on another interview.
Okay, got you. Got you. Now, did you speak to Pat recently, or when the last time you spoke to Rich's sister?
I haven't spoke to Pat, but through a three-way.
Okay.
And I wanted to link up with her, but I understand what's going on with her. She don't want to be bothered with none of this mess. She want to just live her life. She don't want to, she kind of like falls back when she see all this shit. She don't think she watch none of this stuff. She don't want to look at it. She don't want to see it. And I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But she's had people that she thought was close to her cross her. You understand? So she gotta. You can't blame her for being that way. And like I told you, I did 6-7 years and came home and still didn't come around. I just lived my life from up on the hill. You know what I'm saying? So
you was telling me before I lose this train of thought. A lot transpired with the whole family. Like, for instance, Darnell died first.
Right.
Then Rich. How much time in between Darnell and Rich was it?
That wasn't no time at all. I mean, what I think maybe it might have been like shit. From the time they snatched Darnell to the time that Rich died, couldn't have been no more than 2-3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, at the moment.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying. All that pain, all that shit they was going through. They had to teach the kids. They had to teach. Pat had to teach her daughter, and Rich baby mothers had to teach their daughters how to react to certain people, because you never know what could be going on. You never know what could be happening. They had to move a certain kind of way after that, and it's perfectly understandable, and as they should.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
Understand what I mean? So I like I said, man, I did all this because I feel bad for Pat, man. Pat shouldn't have to go through all this, man.
Got you.
She shouldn't have to go through all this. She lost her little brother, then she lost her big brother, then she lost her dad within a couple of months, man.
Say word, I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. If I'm not mistaken, he got hit by a car on 6th Avenue, man.
Man.
Sad as fuck.
Yeah.
Man. Like I said,
wow, my heart goes out to you, Pat, man, because
no
she
question.
went through a lot of pain in a short amount of time,
yes,
though.
She
like
did.
that's
yes,
her two brothers and her father,
and her two brothers and her father. And
wow.
She can't live it down because people won't let her live it down. Like,
yeah, just constantly.
Like, come on, man. This shit ain't right, man. She don't deserve that shit. Man.
Yeah. My heart goes out to you, Pat.
That's what made me want to speak on it in the first place. When I first saw it, I was like, this shit is crazy. Like, not now, B.
Yeah.
People was trying to heal, you know what I'm saying? That's what made me do that in the first place. She don't need that. She don't need all that, man. She definitely don't.
Now, I gotta ask you this. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate with this as well. Cause during the interview you did with Raw Heat, shouts to Raw Heat. Dope interview. You know what I'm saying? He part of the team, of course.
No question.
During the interview with Raw Heat, you mentioned, why would Troy Reed do something like that? It's like you had like a bad taste in your mouth. Because
I didn't get it. I didn't fully understand what was going on. You understand what I mean? So I didn't fully understand that it was a full-blown documentary being made. You understand? In my head, I kind of figured that might be what it is. But my thing is this, man. I'm trying to understand. Like I know Pat liked Troy. I know she liked him as a person. I know she was all right with him at one point. So I'm trying to understand, like, all money ain't good money. That's just my opinion.
Now I I gotta cut you off there. Let me interject, brother.
Yeah.
Troy Reed, to me, is the godfather of the whole street documentaries with the hustlers and the killers.
Right. It seemed like that's when it came out.
Okay.
Right.
Street Stars, right? Because I was, intrigued by it. I was buying all them documentaries.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Game is over.
Most people that wasn't
Carts and
involved in
Hines.
it was.
Yeah, and all that. You know what I mean? So now, me being in film and me being a hustler as well, and me being a pioneer of this urban media on the internet, I could see things from his perspective that maybe you can't see. Now, think about it. Let's play out the scenario. He might have reached out to Pat.
He might have.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, what I'm saying to you is the word that I'm hearing. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to talk to Pat except through a three-way. Okay. And for what the energy I was getting was that ain't nobody reach out to her.
Oh, wow.
I'm not saying, I am not saying that he didn't. I'm just saying the energy I was getting was that he did not, that nobody reached out to her. You understand? I know that she did not see that shit. She did not want to see it. She don't want to do anything come across her timeline that has the names of Poe and Rich. She don't look at that. She don't look at none of that.
Gotcha.
I don't like looking at documentaries about none of that either myself.
Gotcha.
Bring back bad memories. You know
now,
what I'm saying?
the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because if Troy Reed don't do it, Alpo can get like 10,000 videographers and documentary movie makers to, you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Because Azie told his side, which was the paid in full story. Alpo probably like, yo, look, that's his side of the story. This is my side of the story.
I get it.
He probably trying to get his paid in full movie.
Listen, you know what? I'm about
or documentary or whatever.
I don't blame nobody for trying to get their bread, and this shit got just as much to do with Poe as it got to do with Rich and them. So I hear that part of it, but what I'm saying is that, I mean, it was so many of them shits coming out while he was locked up. It was about 3 or 4 of them joints came out.
Now you're right. He kind of did, tell his side of the story.
Setting them out. They had to be, but I mean, all I'm saying is that you said, as far as Troy Reed goes.
Yeah, I'm talking about Troy Reed because he's in a position whereas look, I started this thing. There's mad other people doing it now. Right. And I don't know if he reached out to Pat.
And from a journalist standpoint, from a media person standpoint, I see where you're going with it. And I'm not, I guess I'm not really knocking him for doing it. I'm just saying, if you created a friendship or some type of kinship with Pat, even with A, I don't know if A would be good with that either. But I just don't understand. At least reach out to her. You know what I'm saying? Let her know what's coming or whatever the case may be. At least do that.
Maybe he did and he didn't get a response or he ain't got her new number.
Guess what?
You understand what I'm saying?
Guess what? That's very possible.
Yeah.
I'm sure he could find her though.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he could find her.
But I'm looking at it like this too because let's do this. Troy Reed did the Alpo story. And
he did all the stories.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if he did that back then, maybe he thinking he got the green light. Because Alpo's pretty much saying the same thing. He just went to the scene, which is hurtful. It's definitely, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's tearing open, scabs to an old wound. I get it.
Yeah.
But he spoke on everything that he's doing right now. On that DVD.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
Yeah.
So you don't think Troy Reed, being at Alpo's home?
I know. He trying to
capitalize.
He trying to capitalize, and I get it from a journalist standpoint. My thing was this. My only issue with, here's the thing. I'm not a media dude.
Yeah.
So, so once I seen a 5-minute clip or whatever I saw, I didn't realize that this could be the trailer for a doc or whatever the case may be. And my thing is this. That clip, that part there, I don't know. If you had to do the doc, you do the doc, whatever the case may be. In good taste, you're supposed to reach out to Pat. All that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you're supposed to reach out to Pat, let her know.
I'm hoping that he did that.
I'm hoping he did that too. You know,
yeah,
that's
but I know how things go. You can reach out
to
people. They change their numbers. I'm pretty sure Pat changed her phone because people always calling her with this.
Yeah.
So she probably, just changed her phone on the regular.
She changed her
right?
shit on the regular. Yeah,
all right then. So he probably got caught up in, you know what I'm saying? The mix of all that.
Right. Right, but he he knows where to go if he want to find Pat.
Got you.
Troy is a dude that's very, very tangible. You can he knows where to go if he need to find Pat though. If he so I don't know. Like I said, I'm not speculating on none of that. The only thing when I first seen it, I was wondering what was going on. Being that I'm not a media dude, and I saw a 5-minute clipping and it was specifically that right there, I know for a fact how that gotta hurt.
Of course,
because it hurt me, and I just worked for the man. You know
it's very painful,
and not even for all that long. I just knew him when we was kids, and I worked for him for a certain period of time, and I just happened to be around getting money for him, and getting money for him when everything jumped off somewhere else. You understand?
That's you. No, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's be real, and I gotta put this on record. All that clip that everybody put on their YouTube, the Troy Reed, I had that almost 3 days before everybody. I'm the one who sent it to you to watch it.
Right.
I didn't put it on my YouTube, and what I told you, I said, I met Pat one time, and my relationship with you, on a Rich Porter side of things, wouldn't allow me to do it, and plus I don't own the content.
Right.
So I sent it to you. I said, yo, it's something disturbing.
On here.
In this clip I'm about to send you, it's disturbing.
Yeah.
But I gotta send it to you before it really hit the internet.
And
you
definitely did. And you definitely did.
Okay.
And guess what? When I looked at it, man, I don't even care who know or whatever the case may be, man. That shit took me back like it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I remember when I got the call that they found that man's body, man. It rocked me, man. It changed me, man. You understand? And
and this is the call where his body was found in City Island, right?
His body was found up there, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, when that happened, when I got that phone call.
Was this early in the morning?
When I heard about it, it was morning. It was morning time, yeah. It was morning time. It had to be, if I'm not mistaken, I know it was freezing. It had to be like January or something.
Yeah,
I know it was
freezing.
Like 89. Going into 90 or 90, beginning of 90, something like that. But I never forget that, man. I was lost. I felt lost. I felt lost. I didn't know what I was gonna do or how I was gonna really eat because me being 22 years old, 21, 22 years old, I got 6 kids. You know what I'm saying? I got at the time I had like 4.
Damn, 4 kids.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure out. On top of the fact that that all this shit was happening, Donnell gone and all that stuff, and then shit happened in the Rich, man. They had the whole Harlem, man, in a frenzy, man, in a fucked up way, man. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Got you. So I mean, when that happened to Rich, and I'm just speaking from this aspect of just business, because Rich was a hustler, and he would probably want whoever was hustling for him to continue getting to the money. So whoever was, was responsible for running the spots and all that, everything just stopped?
Well, so to speak. Yeah, so to speak.
Everybody was kind of like just blown back from.
I know one thing. I know that he didn't. I didn't have nothing to do nothing with at the spot. Like the last
got you. Yeah, of course. Run out of work.
Yeah, I ran out. My man Sean that was helping me run the spot, he didn't have nothing either. So one time I made a move, myself and did something. And I only did that once though. And now I know why, because he was trying to, whatever money he was trying to get together, he got together. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
got you.
Yeah, man.
Got you. Now, give us something about Rich Porter that We don't know. Was he like
Gabe?
snapping? Like, was he a type of dude that be snapping on dudes? And
not really.
Okay.
He'll say an underline snap here and there, but he wasn't that type of dude. He ain't have that type of menace in his heart. He wouldn't. He more of a dude that if something wasn't right with you, he'll tell you in your ear, "Yo, go fix that, man."
Got you.
He was that type of guy. You know what I'm saying?
Now, was he a player? A one-woman man?
We kids, Reck.
Oh, I mean, but he get money though. You know how it is.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you something. All I'ma say is, listen, we kids, man. Ain't
but the chicks still are attracted to the cars, the money, regardless.
Rich, all the chicks was on Rich.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
They was on all.
Salute to that man. That's what I'm talking about.
They was on all three of them. Man.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying.
Dudes, man, like that.
You know me. I'm just a dude. I ain't got no hate in my heart. So when niggas is getting it, cause that's where I'm from. Well, I'm a hustler.
Right, you're a hustler. Me too.
Me too. I know what comes with it.
That's right.
Yeah. So shouts to Azie who had the X6. So like, if Rich Porter was here, if I could salute him in the flesh, I do the same thing because I know what comes with hustling. You dig what I'm saying? It's part of the lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the materialism, the ladies.
Right.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they intrigued by that. So I'm trying to, it's sad what we talking about. It's painful, but I want to lighten. You know what I'm saying? I want to
That's what
lessen the blow now.
The reason why I'm doing this right now is trying to kind of like, we had that melancholy type thing. I was when I made that last joint, man. I was getting attacked. My grandmother, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother and my grandfather on my chest and all that, my collarbone and all that. And I had just seen that 5-minute doc that had me sad and all that. I want to talk about some better times, man. I want to talk about what made me intrigued by that man when we were kids.
That's what I want to get at.
That's what
but being that exactly.
Yeah.
Being that you said that, because my man, shouts to my man Sham, and the whole thing, you doing an interview getting tatted. You know, it's people who call me, and Sham was one of them. Like, yo, the interview was dope and all that.
Okay.
It did astronomical numbers in a short time, right?
Right.
But he like, how is Big Raw sitting there getting tatted like it's just some regular shit? Like that right there is painful within itself.
Especially on your collarbone. Especially on your collarbone.
Speak on that, brother, please.
I'm gonna tell you something, man.
You must endured a lot of pain, brother. Speak on that, please.
Here's the deal about that.
Yeah.
It's funny how I didn't even notice that till people start telling me, yo, Ross, man, how the hell, you was getting that, you was getting a tat going across your whole collarbone. That's one of the most painful places to get a tat at. I ain't see you flinch, none of that.
Nothing.
I was in too much pain from what I just saw a couple of hours. But before that, I ain't even feel it. I was numb. I was numb.
So that video that
as soon as he
leaked
cut
to the internet,
as soon as he cut the cam, as soon as your people cut the camera off, Reck, and kept telling me, I was mad. I felt all that pain. Because I felt all that pain because of the fact that from the fact that the interview was over. The interview, me talking and all that, and what I was talking about made me numb to any physical pain. So once he wasn't finished when the interview was over. Once he finished, it was funny how I felt everything after that.
Damn.
I realized what it was.
Hold on, say that again. You just fucked me up with that.
When the interview was over, when the cameras cut off, he had to finish my tat. And he still had more to do, and I didn't understand why. All of a sudden, I felt every nerve-ending pain of him going across my collarbone, and cut that shading in and all that on my collarbone. I felt it. He looked at me and said, "Bro, you didn't say a word for the past hour when you was on camera. You didn't even look like." I said, "I don't know what it is, but it hurt now, man."
Wow.
How about that? That I come to figure out that's the only reason why, man. It was my pain was diverted by what I was saying, so I didn't even.
I think that there made the interview that much more powerful.
You think so?
Because it's people who called me and said, "Yo, the interview is dope. The timing, the angle, the narrative." They was saluting me on that, saluting you, saluting Raw Heat, saluting Steve. But they was like, how your mans is doing an interview?
It just happened to play out, man. Like,
wow.
When I got that footage, it hadn't got on the internet yet. Thank you. You understand what I'm saying?
Salute. All day.
I would have saw it anyway, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you gave it to me first. I was so frustrated by what I was looking at and not knowing media, how the media thing go, and not knowing that was probably the trailer to a doc. So I was in confusion mode, and I was aggravated. I was thinking about Platinum, and I didn't want her to see that. I didn't want her to go through that no more. So it was frustrating me. That's why I called you, said, let's do this shit ASAP. That was about 3 hours after I saw it. Right or wrong. So
facts. That's a fact. So on that note, man,
can I say one thing?
No, get. I want you to just, if you can, what do you want to say to Pat Porter or Rich's family right now?
I want to say this, man. Pat, I know I wasn't like around a lot and all that, and I wasn't around. I went away after all that happened. Like, I missed most of the 90s, like I said earlier. But my heart is with you, man. My heart is with you. My heart is with Laurel. You know what I'm saying? You know, my heart is with his daughters. My heart is with your whole family, man. Rest in peace, Miss Velma, man. You know, I did this because I knew the pain that y'all was gonna feel. I want y'all to understand something. This ain't about no bread. I'm not getting no bread. I'm not asking for no bread. It ain't got nothing to do with no bread. This is just me speaking my thoughts on somebody that I knew was a good guy and telling my stories about the times that I was around him. And that's that. This is not about no money at all. You understand? That's what I wanted to say, man.
And I guess on that note, man, we live on MRecktv. This is
sir.
My brother Big Ross.
Yes, sir. We here. Haul him up all day long.
And
man,
the next time you're gonna see him again is gonna be on MRecktv. And it's a lot of things in motion. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yes,
you know what I'm saying? A lot of big
sir.
things in motion.
Yes,
all right.
I'm gonna give y'all a little something about Broadway International on the next one. Anybody remember Broadway International? Biggest nightclub in Harlem throughout the '80s. Yeah, I'm about to get to that.
We're gonna get to that.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. And a brother that used to be a hype man for a dude named Jazzo. We're gonna get to that. Okay? I was there for all that. That's my block. That's where I was born and raised at. We're gonna get to that.
We're gonna get to that. Double deuces and bubble gooses. Gone.
We out. Haul them up.
Let's cut him new. M.Reck. Y'all wanna stunt and floss on Front Street? The Hulk a tear through your gut, spill out your lunch meat. You the main Vic, they booking for drugs. Niggas starving out here, and you looking like grub. That new M.Reck, Catch a Lick single, aka Money Dance, that's killing the airwaves on Shade 405 and many different other stations in Connecticut, Boston, so forth and so on. You can get it now. The links is in the video description. It's available on Google Play, Deezer, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, etc., etc. Go get that. One. Slug you, the streets don't love you. Not at all. By now, homie, you shoulda knew that. Ain't no Nino Browns in this town. You a new jack.
Peace, world. To promote your music or promote your business by placing an ad on MRecktv, contact mrecktvpromo, mreckktpromo @gmail.com. Peace. Oh yeah, subscribe to MRecktv, youtube.com/MRecktv. I'm gone. MRecktv.
Let's cut him new.